Well, hello. My name is Pat. If you don't know who I am, that makes sense. I have not been in the competitive scene for a while, retired in 2015, but I did compete from 2008 all the way through 2015, from individuals all the way through teams and everything in between. But like I said, I haven't competed for the last 10 years, so I totally understand if you have no idea who I am. In my entire time doing all of this CrossFit stuff, my main focus has been developing coaches. And it has culminated to what we have now, which is called The Knowledge. The Knowledge is an app that I made alongside Best Hour of Their Day, an amazing company that wants nothing but the best for coaches and affiliates, that helps coaches level up their coaching from where they're currently at to where they want to be. We have everything from a daily video service called The Knowledge Daily, where every single day you're getting a brand new coaching development video, as well as small group coaching and something called The Knowledge Pro, where we every week have 2 live calls with level 4 coaches, myself included, where we take coaches who are looking to get to the next level, create a community around development, and get them to that next level. If you click the link on this ad, you get a special CrossFit Games promotion. And if that's the case, then I look forward to seeing you on the calls in the app. But for now, back to the CrossFit Games goodness. And as I always say, stay virtuous.
On my way.
That's it, guys. 2024 CrossFit Games.
That's it. We done.
We are,
We're not
athletes
done,
are done.
but-
We're not done. Vendors are done. I think we're the only ones still going. Thanks, first of all, for everybody sticking along with us through, I don't know how many hours of coverage.
So much coverage.
Seamus Dolan, all the was hard to watch Fikowski crash and burn.
It was
I
rough.
feel you, man. I feel you. I thought he was pacing it so well when he was hanging with Pepper, but he certainly did crash and burn.
Yeah, Augustus Link, thanks for joining us again. Our favorite auditor.
Love you guys.
Second year in a row, Fikowski drops in the last event. Yes. Melanie Hodge, I think she is the inaugural, the very first YouTube member. And
Was she really the very first?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Could completely be wrong, but that's how I'm going to write the history.
First and remaining.
Yeah. Most exciting men's finale ever.
That was a
Man.
4-man race for the win. That was
Pretty
sick.
close.
Yeah.
The least likely person to win the games won the games.
Yeah, I thought
I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought he was for sure a lock for 5th.
I did too.
Like
I think we all did.
Yeah.
And fitness wise, he probably is. But like he found a way. He found a way to do it. Like it was a perfect storm, but he capitalized. And
Yeah, amazing.
I'm so
amazing
happy
pacing.
for James. I don't think James thought it was possible. In fact, he ranked himself 6th. He was already overdoing what he thought, and wild. I don't think Dallin can be upset. I don't think Hopper can be upset. They both went for it. I think Brent can be upset, and I'm upset for him. But other than Brent,
Valner was never really in it. He was clawing up,
and-
right? So he ended up tied for 4th in points, but ended up 5th.
And Vellner didn't look like he was going for it either. Like he wasn't. Like
He was in the
within,
mix
but
at
you know, he
times.
wasn't sending it though, the way
He
the
knew
other
he
guys were.
had to put out a home run performance. He had to beat Austin.
Yeah.
In both of those, and it just
that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
and with Dallin doing as well as he was, like he knew, like if you had to beat Dallin, you had to beat Austin and have like people in between, and it just wasn't going to happen, especially on that first one.
I'm with Spin. Like I thought Dallin had it. I thought
He
Dallin
looked so strong
he
until
did.
that final
he
bar
did.
muscle
And he was the first one to the bar muscle ups, and the person who's been the first one to the bar muscle ups has been winning in every
But
heat.
that
and
pace was so fast.
he couldn't do it. He blew up. But that's what he had to do. Like I don't think he's mad about doing that.
Yeah,
That's what he
can't be
had
mad.
to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy that everybody blew up, and James just ran his race, and it ended up he did that. Like he did it.
Well, that's what
like it was crazy.
That's what I was saying. Like, thought might happen that due to them racing, that they might come out too hot, and you're gonna see a lot of guys crash and burn, and they did. Like James was pretty far back.
All of
those
them
guys
burned.
certainly blew up. So him just not getting caught in that race, or to his credit, maybe he just paced it exceptionally well.
Yes. Dallin blew
perfection.
up. Fikowski blew up.
Yeah.
Hopper blew up. They
Rick-
all blew up.
Yeah.
Dasho Ray. So there is no ceremony. There is an award ceremony. It's supposed to be starting 2 minutes ago. We have the live feed that's coming directly from Dickies, and it's not even on. So
Yeah, I forgot about this. I invited somebody over, and I forgot they had to say for that.
I don't know what the story is for that. I know in previous years they've put the award ceremony on YouTube later on, but live, no. You can just hang out with us, and we'll do our recap. And if it pops up, we'll kind of give you guys a heads up. Fikowski had one job.
Guys, these weren't good events for Fikowski.
No.
Like, the Canadian contingent was the only one that thought Fikowski was going to pull it out. We all thought that he was going to lose it on this once those events were announced. These weren't supposed to be good events for him. I don't think he lost it. I think James just won it.
Yeah.
I really,
And
I
Brent,
really do.
Brent did really well on a couple events that he wasn't supposed to earlier.
Really?
Earlier,
Yeah.
So I can't.
No,
James
James definitely won it. Like he put on a pro class of how to pace a workout in that last event. An absolute pro.
Yeah, we thought he was done. Dennis O'Leary, $9.99. Thank you. Thanks for the weekend, guys.
Thanks,
Great
Dennis.
job. Appreciate it, Dennis. Try to catch up. Austin Grant, $1.99. Will Brent come back next year?
I imagine we find out soon.
There's a lot
I
to
don't
say
think
about
we
next
know.
year. I think we'll have to wait till the dust settles.
Yeah, I don't
My
think we'll find out soon. I think
No.
we'll chill out
Yeah,
for like a couple months.
I think people are laying low for a while here.
Yeah.
David Gora, $4.99. Appreciate it.
Thanks, David.
Fikowski had one job and just gave up in the second part.
He didn't give up.
Can't
he
be a
blew
quitter.
up. Yeah.
Tyler
Quit.
Tyler
said
is
he
the
quit.
Tyler's the senior analyst of
Quitting.
He's the effort specialist.
He is. He is though. Tyler, do you think he quit or do you think he blew up?
No, he blew up, man.
And
You look at his face when they're all sitting there on that berm or whatever barricade. He just went.
I can't
Like
do it.
he gave all that he had. Yeah, I am the master of knowing who's quitting, and he did not quit.
Yeah.
It looked like he was pacing it well. Like he was staring at Dallin, and every time Dallin would jump up, he'd jump up and was just staying right on his
Yep.
heels on that second
Yep.
set.
No.
And then he kind of lost him in the last, like, it was under 5 reps. He lost him.
Rich Matthews, all the podcasts analyzing the programming are going to be wild.
Yeah.
It's a long
Next week's gonna be.
I'm waiting for. I hope Chase and Bill invite me on that one. I mean, I'm not a programming specialist, and I'll never or an expert, and I'll never act like I am. But
You're going to talk like one.
No. This was probably the most unbalanced
Play one.
games there's ever been. Like 2008 was the worst games. They only tested one
Yeah.
time domain.
No, yeah.
But there was a strength, a conditioning, and then a CrossFit, and then a barbell.
I'm sure we can put metrics behind it, but yeah, I would like without even really looking.
It's the eye test.
It was
doesn't
very
look
And,
good.
and I know me and Barkley, we talked about doing a study for like what is
How
the
to
most
measure it.
unbalanced.
Yeah.
Like what's the highest pulling games, what's the highest squatting games, and I'm excited to do that whenever we decide to do that. But
I'm
then-
sure LaPerf has some sort of like he has that weird graph
strength
he
and all that
does.
stuff.
Yeah.
Little hot tip here. Get with the programming. We'll have a programming show. That's
Shocking.
Fresh off the.
That's
Yeah,
not a hot.
fresh
thing.
off the
What
press.
did you not?
Do we got the
No, it's it'll be a wild show to say
okay,
the least.
I got you. Bill's ready. Hey, and Bill, if you're
is
watching,
ready.
if Bill's out there and you're watching,
He's in his car right now listening to us.
I would love to be a part of it, Bill. I think you know what side I'm on. If y'all would have me, I know I should. I don't like people that invite themselves on podcasts, but I feel like we're
But I'm
friends
going to
enough.
invite myself.
I feel like we're friends enough and close enough that I can. So
or maybe it'll just be Bill. They may have to take Chase on and off.
maybe it's just me and Bill, and Chase is not allowed to be there.
Chase,
right.
Chase will show up, and then he'll take him off the screen for 5 minutes. Bring him on. Take
Chase
him
is
off.
going to have
Be
ear,
very similar to the Kill Taylor when Chase was brought up and brought back
Yeah.
down.
Chase is going to have earmuffs longer than he's going to talk on that
They're
show.
going to have Chase announce what the event was in his lovely broadcast
exit.
voice, and then he's going to take a back seat for a bit. Eve S, 1999, much appreciated. Good. Thanks, guys. You saved the games for me. Safe travels home.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
We got the
Has
leaderboard.
the leaderboard been updated?
I think so, yeah.
Did Adam
Women
leave? Yeah,
should
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Let's take a look at the women's leaderboard. Have we updated it? It has been updated. Let's pull that up. There we go.
So we knew it was going to be Tia and Gabby almost hell before Friday,
day
even
before.
Friday even kicked off, right? Like that was the odds-on favorite, and it settled in that way pretty early, and that's what we got. Now, what is a shocker is Emily Rolfe hanging on to third.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a shocker. Yeah. But
And she made some ground up because of a little bit of mistake there by Gabby on that first the first event.
I tell you what, though, if you told me James Sprague was going to win the games for the men's side,
Yeah.
it would not be a shocker that
Yeah.
Emily Rolfe was
Yeah.
third place.
That's true.
Vice versa.
Very,
vice versa.
very good
But
point.
if Heat 1 ever had real money on it and you wanted to parlay Sprague and Rolfe on the podium,
Could retire.
yeah,
Yeah, you could
Tyler
retire
would
for
be
sure.
out of
We
money
would've run
right
a-
now.
Yeah.
Could
Been
have
out of that
bankrupted
in
Heat
there.
1.
If you
Policy
gave
there.
odds of James or Emily.
Emily and James.
Yeah.
We don't even need that parlay for them to be out of money right now.
Right, yeah. Luckily for us, there is none.
Joke's on you. We have no money.
Gabby
Still waiting on that $10,000 check from Reebok.
Gabby Magala and Emily Rolfe both first time on the podium in their CrossFit Games career.
Yeah, Gabby, typically fifth place girl. Working her way into second. Good for her.
How many people withdrew?
Pretty solid weekend. Oh, we're going to do that.
We're gonna say,
Be here
As
all
we-
night.
As we said earlier, Bethany Flores wins the
Wow.
tiebreaker over Haley Adams.
Okay, so we almost,
Bethany
Congrats
had a
to Bethany.
Hopper Vellner thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy that that's
Is
the
that-
same spots and almost the same
Same
points. It was
points, right?
742.
Was it? Okay, wow.
742.
I don't want all of everything that's going on to overshine, like how much Bethany Flores changed this year. I think it was the first year we've seen the Bethany Flores that John
Of
has always talked
2021?
about. Yeah.
2021.
The fit Bethany
Fit
Flores.
Beth, yeah.
Yeah.
The fittest Beth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like she did
Shout
really good
out
in the
to-
events that we thought was going to hurt her. Like the deadlift event, we thought she'd not be able to do very good in that event. And I know it's the cardio games, but I think if it was a well-balanced test, I still think what she looked like, she'd be like 7th place.
Yeah.
And that's still like the best finish she's ever had. I think that was her best finish, was 7th place.
Yeah.
So no, she killed it.
Alexis Raptis. after
Amazing finish to the week. And
Hey.
if she was not checked out on some of the events, I think she probably is ahead of Emily Rolfe.
Well,
I don't-
she looked really
that-
good today.
yeah.
And like the latter half of the competition, she definitely looked like she was struggling.
She
early
might
on.
even be 2nd place.
Yeah.
Because
If
Emily
you-
creeped on Gabby
Yeah.
with the 30, like they were only 30 points apart. If you look at her scorings, there was very specific events where she was just checked out and not performing to what she normally does.
Mm-hmm.
With the finish that she had, I think she had the best Sunday out of everybody.
Yeah.
From what I understand, Alexis had some hard times with
Digestive
the lake
issues.
water. Yeah.
Hay.
So
Yeah, that was well documented last year. It looks like she had maybe an unfortunate episode earlier on this week. TW, not sure if this is Tyler Watkins' burner account, but $9.99, much
Tyler.
appreciated. Not sure we found the fittest man, but I appreciate all the tributes with some heart emojis. Tyler, you're very sweet.
Thank you.
yeah.
No, I want to hear what Tyler was going to
Yeah.
say. Go ahead, Tyler.
I don't
Stop
know,
yourself.
I don't know if he knows.
It's close. I think the top 3, any of those guys could be the fittest man on earth, but we're close enough.
To what?
Finding the fittest man.
Do you think James Sprague is the fittest man on earth?
He's within the
Yeah.
top 3 for sure.
Just won the CrossFit Games.
He just won the CrossFit Games.
I'm saying
He's about as fit as anyone else.
yeah.
He's about as good as a can of Jocko.
I think James Sprague won the I think James Sprague won the CrossFit Games.
He did.
That's what I think.
John,
Yeah.
Do you-
and what
do you
does
hear
that
me?
mean?
Do you hear me
And
when
what
he-
does it
No,
mean
no,
to
no,
win
no,
the
no,
CrossFit Games?
that's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
term, in
That's what I'm
terms
saying.
of, in
You hear
terms
me?
of
You
what
hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
terms JR would appreciate. He earned the fittest. He earned the
He earned
title.
it,
of
man.
No,
fittest
he
he
went
on
out
did.
there.
Earth.
He did that. He was the best at this test, as I talked with Barkley.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, is James Sprague the fittest man in the world? My answer to that would be James Sprague won the CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We could, sit here all night playing that game.
You ask me, is Matt Fraser the fittest man in the world? My answer is yes.
Well,
You see the
used to be.
difference?
He no longer is.
You're right.
Danielle Brandon. Hopefully Julia's still watching.
Snuck into 7th. She another slow starter.
Dude, Danielle Brandon was the most invisible person this whole entire game.
For someone
for
who has
somebody
been such a story in every other year,
Yeah.
where's Danielle Brandon been?
Dude, nowhere. I don't. Dude,
Hanging out with
we've-
Sevon or something, I
we've
guess.
Never
I don't
talked
know.
about her.
Yeah, pretty low key weekend for her.
25th, 22nd, 5th, 7th, 8th, 5th. Oh, I go.
So that was her last.
So 10th, 37th, 4th, 7th, and then 25th, 22nd,
And
5th,
that
7th, 8th, 5th.
and
Very,
that,
very Jake
that-
Crouch-like.
that
performance.
37th was on the rope climb event, right, where she was slipping and sliding all over. So
Yes, yes. That was very
Don't
Jay,
get rats.
Jay Crouch-like performance. Speaking of Jay Crouch, Maddie Sturt's best game she's ever had.
Yeah.
Took her 5 years to make the games again, and then she gets 8th place.
Yeah.
only by a point. Yeah.
Paige Semenza,
Best game she's ever had.
the most overlooked athlete. And a week ago, on the CrossFit Games, Women to Watch, Paige Semenza was listed on there by Mr. Tommy Marquez. Emma
And
Lawson
Emma
was
Lawson
not.
was not. Oh,
I mean,
man.
he
Paige
was right.
Semenza, he got it
Tommy
right.
Marquez freaking called it, man.
Wow.
He knew Emma was going to be trash. He knew Paige was going to be great. He knew the CrossFit Games was the High Rocks Games. He knew it.
It was leaked.
He knew it.
Talking Elite Fitness had a inside track on that.
Emma, you're not trash. I love you, Emma. You're awesome. You're very fit. You're beautiful. Don't send Jack after me.
Don't send Jack after
He'll
me.
snatch you. Alex Kazan, top 10.
Guzan.
This-
Like Danielle Brandon, I feel like Alex Kazan was pretty invisible this weekend.
Yep.
Now she, I 100% because of the programming.
Yeah. There's
But-
nothing that was going to give it home run to her.
But she was kind of like just there.
yeah.
Not as good as we thought, maybe.
I'm sticking with the programming.
Brooke Wells, 11th place. Also, Alexis, Alex, Brooke were kind of just hanging out there in the mid-teens all weekend long.
Until
and then,
Sunday.
And Sunday, it was
Flipped
they
it.
started moving it up.
Claudia Gluck, very impressive.
Claudia
Very
Gluck.
impressive last day. I don't know what they talked about Claudia Gluck. She's a little gymnastic girl. I think, and we probably still won't talk about her because of Hatfield's Day. I'm talking about later on and like who's the best rookie and all that. Like she probably still won't get talked about enough. But Claudia Gluck, I think, is going to be a perennial games athlete, and I think she's only going to get better. She's young. She missed out on the games barely, made the games in 12th place as a rookie.
Yep.
I think Claudia Gluck, like Yella Hosta, has kind of been on the scene and stayed on the scene. I know he had a bad games, but I think Claudia Gluck's the next person that's like that.
Right.
Kyron Bellinger, $10.
That's definitely
Good
a
stuff.
South African name or something.
Fellas, love your show. Please give Gabby more flowers. Her whole camp left. She was on her own.
She was here with, I know Ben Smith stayed by her side the whole time. So he's been here the whole weekend. But yet, you're not wrong. Like, she's outed from her group this weekend, I guess, like as
Yeah.
far as them being on site.
I would love to know the ins and outs of that relationship with her and Laura because Laura so vehemently was against competing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to speculate at all, but I would love to know the ins and outs of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Because Gabby was one of those who did walk out early on
Right,
with
and
Laura.
she was the
and-
only one that didn't withdraw, the only
Right.
one that stayed. And, I mean, it got her second place, an amazing opportunity for her, probably the best finish she'll ever have, in the future, too.
Right.
I think it'll all get sorted. Gabby is not in the same stage of life as Laura. Laura's made her name.
And
I
Laura
mean,
won. She's got money.
right.
She won Rogue twice.
Gabby still was in the hunt, and she's sort of coming to her own. And it's not the same game for everyone. And so to be mad at Gabby for continuing to play is, I think they'll get through that. I think Laura will step back and see that. She's stoic enough.
Miss Brandon, still watching.
Nice, Julia.
DB's mom loves her. We all love
We
you.
love you. We love her too.
Yeah,
We love her
somebody's
too.
saying, why does everybody
She
hate
just-
Danielle
she just-
in the comments?
Well,
It's like, we
we're
don't
not-
hate
we're not
Danielle.
hating on her at all.
No.
She had 7th place.
We wanted to see more of her.
She's honestly the only person that did what she was supposed to do throughout the weekend, because all of the really good people weren't really good, and all the people that shouldn't be good were really good. And Dave's supposed to have good
Danielle's right
programming, and
there.
he had
She
trash
didn't even get her
programming.
handstand walk event.
And she
right?
didn't get her handstand walk event, and she
It's
was
true.
7th place. She just didn't
Pretty
have
good.
that home run that we're accustomed to her having. We're not hating on her at all.
No.
At all.
Yeah,
Coach L is a good coach.
Why'd you fire?
Well, I wasn't getting.
Well,
It's different. Yeah, I mean, Claudia Gluck, we weren't talking about her because she was just kind of hanging back there. We were all focused on the rookies, Amy Kringle and Gracie Walton, who faded on Sunday.
Claudia crushed the final doubleheader there
And,
and shot up the leaderboard.
Amy Kringle,
I think Amy Kringle
Dropped.
benefited amazingly from the programming, and any other year she would be in the 20s.
Yeah.
but we talked
And-
about
But we
The
talked about her
semifinals
because the
and
top
same
five, the first 5 events were her, and then she shows up in 5th place, and I don't know, not you guys, but people think, oh wow, she's so good. She's not. She just didn't have anything she was bad at until the last day, and then dropped off hard. And then Gracie is about the fitness we thought she was. Like, she's not on par with the other girls, but she has these home runs.
Right.
And then she got her home run. And Claudia was just steady, and then didn't get her home run to the last 2 events.
Yep.
And then it shows. I think it shows who is the fitter. I know they end up next to each other. It's kind of funny they ended up next to each other, but
2 different paths there.
yeah.
Yeah. 14th, Gracie
All
Walton.
3 of them
All
were next to
rookies,
each
yeah.
other. That's so funny. That's
that
so
is
great.
weird.
We
Yeah.
got the home run hitter that's not fit. She is at swimming. And then we got the fit girl who can't do anything else. And then we got the little gymnastic girl. All right next to
That's
each other.
a bit of a generalization.
For
but
the
we'll allow-
fittest in
we'll
the
allow it.
world. For the
Mass-
fittest in the
mass
world. That's what
generalization.
they are. Yeah.
Melanie Hodge,
Melanie.
our first YouTube member ever. Anyone consider they encouraged Gabby to stay given the circumstances? This seemed to be her best shot to make podium. I have no idea.
They don't know what the they don't
idea.
know what the programming is. They
Yeah.
they did not know the programming was going to be like it was. There's no way they could have said that after the first event, and that's what was happening.
Right.
So I disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I love you, Melanie. You're awesome.
Abigail Donut, 15th place.
It's been a letdown for most people.
Big
Never
letdown.
really got
Is it,
anything
though?
done.
I mean,
Yeah, I think a lot of people. She won the West
I think-
semifinal.
Yeah, and like she improved 25th to 15th. Like that's your most improved. If the little man known as James Sprague didn't improve 25 to first,
Can you win the most
can you
improved
win most improved?
as fittest man on
He
earth?
should.
He should. That tells you about the programming too. I'm gonna get off of the programming, but it just speaks volumes.
Can't say the P word for the rest
All
of the
through
show.
the leaderboard, it speaks volumes. But Abigail Doman, I agree with Travis. A lot of people had her so high, and I had her 12th.
And she did win the semifinal,
So
beating
did-
Gazan,
did,
right?
she did.
So, in fairness,
So did the top 12 or the top 20 barbell spin game on Heat 1. I had her 11th. The average placement was 12th. So
Yeah.
finishing 15th.
She's not far off of that.
Yeah.
No. 16th, Emma Lawson. She was just not herself this
Yeah,
week.
hard to comment on.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about
I
her?
have nothing to say.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Just a fellow Canadian. I didn't know if you had.
They are no longer
No,
engaged
yeah.
after this weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Caroline Stanley, Tyler's favorite
Fiance.
country girl.
Country girl.
A couple more rookies: Hattie Canio, Linda Kiesman, and Chloe's. Well, not a rookie. She's not been.
Chloe
there.
You
had
know,
a
a
weird
bad finish
game.
for Chloe.
She
She
looked like
looked-
she didn't want to be here the entire time and did really good
Good
for
on a few-
herself.
on a
Yeah.
few
I like
events,
every
too.
event she started, she was like, and
mean,
like just kind of moved through the motions, and then at the end you're like, you're in 20th. That's pretty freaking
Yeah.
good for
Yeah.
Pure opposite of Emma Lawson.
I saw her get out of her car this morning to
Chloe.
Yeah.
to go into start the whole yoke measurement and stuff like that, and you could just tell like she was dealing with the gravity of this weekend, and
Maybe she performs better dejected because
she did really well today.
really good.
Yeah. So I mean that's 5 rookies in the top 20.
There
And,
were so many rookies in the field, and due to kind of what we ended up with.
Seher Kaya,
Shout out PC.
Did I miss one?
Highest Asia person.
pretty good finish.
Parker 199. Safe to say Dave needs Boz to co-author programming.
I'm Team Boz, man.
Yeah.
As far as programming goes.
I think, I said it earlier. I think Dave's kind of stuck in the past, and
Isn't that wild? Like 6 months ago, it was like, well, Dave's gonna be programming.
not
It's gonna
for
be
me.
great.
Not
I
for
never
me.
thought that
I wasn't
either,
like
man.
that. I wasn't
Dave,
like
No,
that
not
either.
for me.
we knew like Dave just likes to do that beat down, and he just
I like the beatdown. I don't think we had the beatdown.
I like the beat down too, but I don't want this.
part of getting the beat down is just like prioritizing
Yeah,
that over a well-balanced
yeah.
program, and that's what we saw. Just a bunch of running.
Yeah, I'll take
Unimaginative.
all of the Boz years over that any day.
Yeah, no creativity. No, I don't like some of the stuff with Boz.
Boz
as
gets
a lot
little
of people.
too much.
Yeah, somewhere in the
sometimes,
middle, but it just feels like the times have left Dave behind.
if you give me, I would like 60% Boz, 40% Dave.
Sure.
That's some big old construction out here.
We might have to, speed this
We're
up.
gonna keep going. Sayer, Kyra Milligan, 22nd place. She was
Wow.
right there.
She
Not
was
even maybe not even
37th
making the
place
cut.
the whole time until Sunday.
Oh, that's loud.
Yeah.
John Shelby Neal.
Way overestimated her.
Yeah, she's
I know.
stinks.
I put her at 19th, and she just, I don't know.
Fucking
Sungyeon Choi, 24th. 25th a couple years
I
ago.
think the Asian people
Not
were holding
bad.
it down. The Asian girls were holding it down.
Emma McQuaid,
Respect.
25th.
I expected a little more out of Emma McQuaid, I think. Not much, but a little more.
Something, maybe like 24th or something
Yeah.
would have been nice.
I'm with you, Tyler. I thought she'd be around 20th.
Yeah.
And we just never saw her. And she's 25th.
Lexi Neely, an event win. She is really good at freestanding handstand push-ups. About as good as the guy hammering the metal back here. He's
Let's
getting
just
louder
We
and
should just
louder.
rip through this
Yeah,
quick. I
yeah.
think.
I swear he's just back there.
Yeah.
Daisy McDonald, 27. Asshole. Andrea Pinheiro, 28th place.
Beat Georgia Pryor.
Beat Georgia
Now,
Pryor.
if we count the withdraws, it's more like a 34th place.
Oh, well, we're not.
We're
I know.
not,
I
though.
just,
Yeah,
I just,
but we're
we
not.
just need to keep that
and
in mind.
then Julia Cato, 30th place.
Uh-oh.
God.
We are,
It's getting louder and louder.
yeah, they are hammering it home.
The Jocko Field. But we're gonna give them that.
The men's side,
What a finish! The best finish we've ever seen. The most exciting finish.
James Sprague. Now,
Yeah.
think about Tia's score. He was well up in the 900s. James wins it with 806 points.
Yeah.
Dallin Pepper, 785. Brent Fikowski, 765.
What a
That's a
podium.
larger spread than I would have assumed.
Well, it's because,
Well, it
because he
was
blew up
just-
so bad.
yeah.
He blew up and got like last place.
Yeah.
What was his finish in the last workout?
Brent Fikowski finished 20th in the last one.
Oh,
11th
never mind.
and
That
a
was-
20th.
That's not
I know.
Augustus, you're really leaning into your auditor jokes here.
These guys are hammering down. This guy would have done good on event 2. Very true. He would have those 50 sledgehammers would have been amazing. Yeah, watching Brent, it's just so tough. I mean, we've had, Rogue, he also fell off the podium. I mean, it's 3 really big events.
You know what? Maybe he is a quitter.
It might
I
be
think,
onto something.
I think competitions just like to end on thrusters and other
And Brent's
movements
is
like
not.
that.
You got to be tired of it if you're him. You're like, God, again.
Would you stop making thrusters and chest to bar pull-ups?
Yeah,
and bar
please,
muscle-ups?
God.
A lot of people just like that
Lunges.
race at the end.
Yeah.
I feel like Dallin cemented himself as potentially, like, I almost want to say he's the #1 guy, like, just CrossFit events. He's not too big anymore. But, like, in the gym, he's a favorite for any event. He's so well-rounded. He's so strong.
He's very
And
well-rounded.
his big frame, heavy body isn't holding him back in events that typically we think those kind of guys are held back in,
When you
like,
say
like
just-
burpees, bodyweight stuff.
When you say
Right.
just CrossFit.
Like,
you
hanging
mean
from a bar, like, it's not...
CrossFit events or like CrossFit games in general?
I just mean, like, in the gym stuff at the CrossFit Games,
yeah,
quarterfinals
he's
level
very-
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Bellner is similar.
Yeah, but just like I always kind of thought of him. He's like so big and heavy that like okay, we're doing like burpee box jumps. He's gonna be held back by his size, but he's so fit now that no, he's maybe the #1 guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hopper's
and
is
Hopper's
too.
right there too, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, what a turnaround year for him. Good for
Jason
him.
Hopper, 31st last year, 4th. this year.
Headed back to
That-
wherever
that's
the
a-
hell that is. In
That's a bigger
Carolina.
improvement that JR put on Jason that James had on Brute. I'm just going to say.
I do want to say this. Jason had actually a better improvement in number of places compared to James Sprague.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but obviously I'd say James's finish last year was less of an outlier as Hopper's was last year. If I'm, But regardless,
That makes
incredible
his finish
performance.
this year more of an outlier.
Yeah, JR's phone is probably ringing off the hook, man. If I'm anybody, I might call JR for some programming just to make sure I beat John's ass next year.
He won't coach you. I've asked him.
You can follow CrossFit Crash's program.
I watch
Post on
CrossFit
Instagram.
Crash like I watch.com.
Yeah, he's got some
Actually
awesome,
more now.
awesome class workouts.
If you do a lot of sled pushes,
Yeah.
you're right at home for
Yeah.
CrossFit Crash.
Yeah.
Pat Vellner, 5th place.
Sam
loses the tiebreak.
Quant.
And Sam
Sneaky
Quant.
Sam Quant.
He was 10th place starting those final 2 events, moved up to 6th.
Roman had,
Best case
had
scenario
the
for him.
fall off of fall
Yeah.
offs. I know
Yeah, there's
his hip is hurt or something like that, and like the whole Sunday he just basically just tried to finish it.
It's part of the game. You got to come in healthy, man.
Ricky Garrard, I think, with a healthy ankle.
Man,
had
you're
not
talking-
Twisted it.
It could be anything.
I don't think he wins it, but I think
No,
he has a shot at being on the podium. I think at that point.
He's probably in
Shout
that
out-
4th, 5th mix, yeah.
To Ricky for putting it on all the way through the end.
Yeah.
Like winning
Yeah.
an event right at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
No, I like if that event, the running event, to the first event today, that was 3rd place,
Easy.
and then these 2 events.
I think he
yeah.
needed a little more earlier, even before he sprained his ankle, like in the midline climb.
I think so.
I mean, that's why I'm saying I think he would
He's
have,
in the running the podium.
because he was doing very well on Chad before that. Then he lost a ton of spots there.
Of those,
Was he?
go ahead.
He was
Was
very.
up
I
there,
mean,
Chad?
talking to Kotler,
I
like
think his-
Ricky was
I think
on
he
a.
effed up.
Before?
Yeah, I think
Before he
was,
sprained
I
his
think-
ankle?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he was
okay.
flutter
Yeah.
cramping it up.
Yeah,
Like-
he was great. Because, do you know where he was?
What's that?
In Chad, where I was saying
He was 17th.
before he sprained his ankle.
No.
No.
After.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
I didn't
yeah.
know where he
No,
was.
talking to Kotler, he was doing very, very well.
Maybe
Oh,
10th.
okay.
Maybe 10th place.
Yeah.
Like we'll give him 7 spots.
Okay.
On the last 2 workouts, the one I would have picked him to win was the first one. I wouldn't have picked him to win the second
I know,
one.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Justin Medeiros, 8th place.
Yep.
Lost
Just
the tiebreaker.
that's
to
what I
Ricky.
expect from Justin. This is how fit I think Justin is.
Yeah.
I think Justin's
Tied
the
for
7th
seventh.
best at everything.
Man, and considering maybe he wasn't training his running quite like he could have been leading up to the games and the amount of running
all
we
the
had, that's
running.
pretty solid. Pretty
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
No shade there.
Roman, I don't think we can think anything of. He was 2nd place until he got hurt,
Yeah.
and then that's what happened.
There it
Okay,
is.
there it is.
Austin.
JY earning his keep as the senior CrossFit analyst.
Travis
No,
made a strong case to take it away. The Brent Fikowski Hatfield swing really came my way.
Friggin' Brent. Yeah.
Austin Hatfield, 10th place, the best ranked rookie, male or female.
Who could have called that, man?
Guys, I think I might have to concede. I think Austin might be the odds-on favorite to win next year.
I don't think he's
I'm
the,
not
I
even
don't think
kidding.
he's the favorite. I don't think he's the
No.
favorite.
I think.
But I think he will be. I don't know where I'll have him.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Saxon Panchik, quiet, 11th
bad.
place. Jay Crouch, 12th, even with the withdrawal.
Yeah, he was-
this afternoon.
It was 200 points.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have been like 6. I mean, was he not 6?
He was 6 going into it.
Into
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
I think he
and he
top
would have
5.
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah,
would have
he could've
stayed
been fifth.
6. Look at the gap.
Yeah.
And there was a big gap between him and Vellner going into it.
Right.
It would have been close, I think. I think Jay would have done really, really well.
Vellner
on
did
this one.
not bad, though.
Travis Mayer, 8
Steady
spots.
Eddie Travis Mayer, man.
8 spots off top 5.
This is right where we thought he'd be.
Except for
I'll
one
give that
person.
to you, John. Give that to you.
Henrik Kapalainen,
Did really good. I think Hendrick had a really good
he
game.
strategized.
What was he last year?
Like 21st, 19th,
Oh, yeah.
19th,
Solid
21st.
year. Solid year. Solid year.
He strategized his way to 14th.
Strategize.
And then Yellow
Old
Hosta, and a
straggity.
lot of people will think this is a down year, but hold on.
I'd say bit of a letdown after the semifinal he had.
What
I
is
thought he
this?
was looking like the real deal. John's got a crazy
Talking
message
shit with
there.
Hatfield. Is this what happened?
And then when he came out and ran this, annihilated the swim too. We didn't really know he could do that. We obviously knew he could run. but the programming just stacked up against him a little bit, which I think is always going to be the case,
Yeah.
to some degree or another.
BKG 16th. Cole Greash Saber, another quiet 17th. Aniola Kai 18th. Mr. Average himself, Chris Ibarra.
Not a bad performance for a rookie.
Poor man's Medeiros.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the future is really bright for Chris. I really do. He just has to get fitter at everything. I think it's a guy like Chris. Different person, but kind of like Travis Mayer. Like, I think he's always going to make. I think he's going to continue to make it, and I think he's going to get a little bit better. But the ceiling is the hard part because he has no home runs. He's just consistent across the board. And like for a guy like that, will have a very long CrossFit Games career, but like to get into like the top 5, it's extremely difficult. Yeah. And but Gallon was kind of like that, and then he, all of a sudden he wasn't. So
yeah, but he was like 19. He was in his formative
right.
years.
No,
Chris
I know.
isn't that
Gallon's
old,
got
though.
higher potential, but
I mean, Chris is only
no,
24.
he's young. He's young.
He's got room. I remember when somebody said Alexis Raptis was too old. Like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we were on Savon's show.
Who?
It was either Savon or one of you two guys.
It wasn't me.
I don't. Who?
Wouldn't have been
Alexis.
Tyler. Wouldn't
It
have been
could've been
Tyler.
It was probably Savon.
It had to be
Like,
Savon,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
probably Savon.
And I argued against it. That
Callum Clements.
and Harry Lightfoot.
Maybe the surprise of the games.
Callum
well, I
and
guess
Harry.
James has to be the number one.
Well,
A
yeah.
lot of surprises with this games.
Yep.
That speaks to something. I don't know what it is. But Callum Clements, Tyler.
Astute
Something.
observation
What could
there,
that be?
John. Yeah.
So 5 men in the top 21 rookies.
Same as the women?
Women had 5 in the top 20. Probably 5 in the top 21 as well. Alex Carone, Callion Souza had a rough Sunday, but probably expected. Cole Sager, 24th. Jack Rosema, 25th. Bruno Marins, 26th. Luke Parker, 27th. Bailey Martin.
Luke's probably the only guy in that group a little lower than
I wonder if
he
there's
looked
something
so
hurt.
good and just fell off the planet after the run.
Yeah, I think something happened there.
Yeah, I do too.
Ruan,
2 top 5 finishes.
29th.
And then a bunch of last.
Expected more out of Brandon Luckett, but probably like a 25th to a 20th.
Yeah. And-
Especially with the programming. I figured with the programming he'd been a little better.
Yeah. And then I think keep this in the back of your mind for a trivia question, Jeopardy question in a couple of years.
The one
The
athlete who got
only
cut.
male athlete to get cut at the 2024 CrossFit Games, Petey Ellis.
Petey's going to be dangerous next year, man.
I
He's
don't
going to be
think-
hungry.
I think Peter is probably bummed that he got cut, but at the same time happy with what he got to show this weekend.
He only didn't do 3 events.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen him do the first of the final events.
Yeah, that would have been fun. I think he just got to get stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
small.
100% all that
And
has
he
to
would say
focus
that.
on.
I think
Yeah,
he did say
knows.
that to us.
He knows. Couple questions about programming. That's not for this show. We're going to leave that. We'll talk about it, I'm sure,
No programming
in the
talk.
upcoming, on our Wednesday night show, The Spin, every Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. I don't know, man. It was a
Anything else?
wild week.
I mean, dude, think about everything that happened this week.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy bonkers,
Yeah,
crazy wicked time.
It's yeah. I mean, obviously our thoughts are with Lazar, his family, Luca.
Yeah.
We've gone through all this. Never easy. It's
Just this in general.
no, like just the Lazar.
The Lazar thing.
All of that. How to navigate it from just what we're doing. It was a different type of CrossFit Games because of that, obviously.
This
but it
has
was
not felt. I've been to 3 games, including this one. This hasn't felt like a single one of the other 2.
Well, I
That's-
mean,
yeah, that's good.
I don't think it's going to.
No, I mean but in the craziest way. Like this feels not even remotely close.
Right. Yeah. There's so much
Yeah.
anticipation for Fort Worth.
I don't.
and the
I
excitement
like
for
I
it.
like Madison better than Fort Worth.
That's a next week opinion, John.
how
not-
close Vendor Village is and like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe the way the games went has something to do with that, but
I think, I think some of that does have it. I think we're going to have to give it another year to see.
yeah, I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird vibe. It's just so hard to tell if it's part of it's the venue.
Passes judgment.
No,
So-
I agree. I agree with Spin. Like it's just hard. If it's not a normal games, you can't
Right.
you can't
Yeah.
judge it.
Yeah.
I mean, Vendor Village was definitely packed throughout the whole time. Got to meet a lot of great people that stopped by, said hi.
It was actually really fun being in here the whole time.
Yeah.
I never got to watch a single event in Dickies. Did you guys?
We
No.
were down there. I didn't watch it.
no, the only thing I
Yeah.
saw was the tribute to Lazar, and then we came back up.
But it was super cool, and then like so many people coming up to meet us. I think like for us, this is a learning curve. Like, how can we do this to get more fan engagement? Like, interact with people in front of us. There's definitely some of that there. Like, I think this is a great entrance point for us to be able to do this in the future. It was
This was
super.
a blast.
Yeah.
super fun.
We figured all this shit out last second.
Yes, this was a
Like, literally, both of us
This-
got a camera like the 3 days before.
right. This banner.
Yeah.
This came like 3 days before we left for Fort Worth. Like
Yeah.
a rush job.
It looks really good in the camera too.
We designed this like 6 times.
Yes.
These couches were used for casting.
What kind of casting?
We got them for $10.
pretty much.
That's why the flies have been here all
That's
week.
why the flies. That's why the flies are here.
I mean, like, it is so weird because, like, of course, like, everything tragic happens, and this is the year we're at the games, and it's like, but it's like that, you know, those two things aren't exclusive in any way. It's just-
Hopefully we can continue.
yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys supporting us through this. Friday was hard. I would say Friday was really difficult because we
Right.
didn't. It was mostly that we didn't know what to do.
It was just work. Friday.
Yeah, Friday was work. And, like, there was times that I wanted to quit. I didn't want to do this anymore. It was like, felt weird.
I was very construction hat about it. Like,
Yeah.
all right. You know,
Yeah.
like let's get it done.
And so for those who are like, oh, you're just doing this for the money.
Nope.
If you find any money, I probably need it.
The CrossFit Games and all of the
So that
all the
was-
stuff that we did to get this set up in 2 weeks. That's where the money went.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change it. I mean, it was, again,
No.
blast hanging out with you guys, blast chatting with you all on the live stream, all 1,478 of you.
Hell yeah.
I think I wanted to choke out John last year at the games, and I never felt that this year.
All right. Progress.
Progress.
Yeah.
We're getting better.
I didn't
Travis.
Know, I didn't know you felt like that.
Shout out to Travis,
Travis.
probably a huge addition, like probably the best addition to the games this year for the whole squad.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you.
Yeah.
it
He
was
brought,
an
his,
absolute
he brought
blast,
his
man.
toes.
I gave Travis no instruction. I said,
He's not
He's
lying.
prepped though for the Smincast. Like he's the only one who's done this before.
yeah. I was just like, I want him. I want you on the. I want you here to do it because it's like I
want
knew
your body.
only 3 of us could not pull this off.
No. We would have. We pretty much were here the whole time, but having a fourth
For sure.
as good as
Was
Travis.
huge.
was
Utility guy
amazing.
in and out of the lineup
Yeah.
when we needed it. Yeah. No,
I
I
wouldn't
appreciate
even
it,
call
guys.
you a utility guy. You're just
No, I was out on some of it. Tyler was out
Yeah.
on some of it. Spin was trying to be out.
yeah. So
Pool Boy expected Travis's voice to be higher, probably because of that Canadian side.
I'll
Yeah,
take that. I'll take
Sam,
that, Pool
I'm
Boy.
screwing
Thank
that
you.
up
yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah,
But anyway.
thank you, guys. I had an absolute blast. Yeah, Tyler's not kidding when he said he gave me no direction. I just showed up down here and I didn't even know what was
It's
going
great.
on. Started
I love-
putting IKEA furniture together.
I love people who can take 0 direction and go. So,
Got her done. Yeah, it was fun, guys.
Yeah,
What do
this
we got?
was a blast. I do want to thank our sponsors.
all of them.
First off, with GoWad, they were a major sponsor of Heat 1. They put up $10,000.
None of this is
And that
possible
is-
without GoWad.
yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Tebow.
Tebow is probably the biggest supporter of the sport
Yeah.
in the entire community.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We thank you, Go Wad.
Yeah.
Thank you,
and
Tebow.
So that $10,000 that was going to go to the winner of Heat 1, that is going to the Lazar Jukic fund.
Family fund. Yeah.
Ice barrel. You see the ice barrel right there. We didn't have enough funds to get water in it. Water is very expensive. And then when you add ice on top of it, really, really tough. But thank you to Ice Barrel. Toe Spacers. Travis's piggies really thank the Toe Spacers. They're feeling much better.
Yeah, feeling great. I'm on the rock now, dude.
Strong coffee.
Travis added nothing.
Yeah, strong coffee.
Out of nothing.
Added nothing.
Thank you.
Jake said he was awesome. Strong coffee kept me caffeinated throughout. Best hour of the day.
Yeah.
Thanks to Pat Barber.
Pat
for stopping
Barber going through the worst
by.
moment of the
And then,
entire games with us.
Very bad timing too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, he was sitting here the whole time.
Yeah. Jocko Fuel, definitely an all-star, bringing the refrigerator, giving us the Jocko Gold, the protein cookie, the Mulk, which is as good as any
Super giving of
protein
just
milk.
all the stuff, and then like meeting Jocko. That's like
Dude,
a
you were
really.
pumped. You were so excited when you
were.
we were able to have a chance
You
to
were.
have Jocko.
I mean, like, it's like a. It's not like a lifelong goal, but that's like really freaking cool. Like,
Yeah.
who's sit here and talk to Jocko?
Right.
You know.
Tupood. Go visit tupood.com/game sale. Get a weightlifting belt. ESC Sounds. Harry is awesome dude. He supported us in the past, obviously for this. Fee was there, so go to ESC Sounds, code SPIN, get 10% off. Honestly, the mini speaker is probably the best thing. I think Tyler will fight anybody to get that one. So definitely support ESC Sounds.
I don't even know if this is.
It's not,
RX
but-
Smart Gear, no triple unders, no crossovers, no jump rope.
No
at-
jump
That's a
at all.
shocker. That's a shocker.
But
I think there was supposed to be, and it got scrapped.
Told you
very
guys.
well could be. Thank you to Dave Newman and team. There's a couple jump ropes up here. Airwave, code SPIN 20% discount. James Sprague wears the Airwave.
Fittest
Single-
man on
Yeah,
earth.
yeah.
Where's
Dallin
the,
Pepper has the Airwave. So if you want to be the first or second fittest man
You know
in
who
the world,
doesn't have the airwave?
Brent
Brent
Fikowski.
Fikowski.
fuck.
he needed one.
Yeah,
He needed
he
one.
needed an airwave.
If only
That
he
was
had
so
an
dramatic.
We knew
Never
that
thought
was
of it.
going.
That was it.
So
So two more I want to shout out. One is Proven. Proven really helped us push the app. I think they were still able to commit you guys a prize. Nick, that partnership we did, and then they posted the video with Tia. That was all on them. So if you like Proven, go over to them, and like they're definitely dope people, and they're a company I think that's going to grow tremendously within the next couple of years. And then the last sponsor I want to shout out is Altoids. I've had about 87,000 of these things. Anyway,
Heat 1, the Barbell Spin Top 20 League, D-Man 77.
Congratulations, D-Man.
I don't know that these are official.
I don't know either, but we're going to say they are for now. Unofficially official. The Heat 1 Top 10 games. Refreshing. The internet here, I think.
They wrapped it up, huh?
Top 10,
Won the one.
the Heat 1 Top 10 League, O2 Wake Prawn at iCloud.com. Maybe we'll give that person a email winner of the top 10 game
Yep.
for Heat 1.
The
Shot caller time?
shot caller game goes to somebody who was in the lead the entire time.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. I'm sorry you missed out on the 10 grand. It's going to a great cause.
That's my burner account.
I'm hoping one day we can figure out how to
That's a tough
compensate you in
bounce
some other way.
That's
Just
Shout out to Tucker the fucker, though, for being in third.
Tucker the fucker getting a lot of recognition.
I
this
really-
weekend in
I'm
the
glad
comments.
he doesn't get any
If
money.
it's really you, please tell me it's you. Last but not
Oh,
least,
my
the
goodness.
proven top 10 league.
What about the WOD prep shot caller?
Hold on, we'll get there.
You said last but not
It'll be least. Don't worry.
Top 10 goes to Coach M. Weiss. Is that the?
It's M. Weiss.
Yeah, it's M. Weiss, but he's a coach. He coaches
It's Coach M. Weiss.
Harley Pescalito and all those people.
Oh, Marcel.
Marcel the Shell?
Is it Marcel
Yeah,
Weiss?
Marcel Weiss. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! Congratulations. Way to take $1,500 away from your competitors. That's awesome. Good for you.
That's the way to do it.
I don't know if that's his name.
Is that is not his name? I want to go with it. Either way. And last but not least,
Wad Prep.
the Wad Prep Shot Caller Prize,
The most competitive shot caller
unofficially
out there.
official, goes to update.
Update. The Wi-Fi here is getting slow.
It's getting
Oh,
real
give me
slow.
the spoiler. John.
They're
won it.
turning us down.
John
They're like,
won it.
all right.
While Tyler looks that up, I got 226th out of 4,849 in the shot collar.
Pretty good.
And I messed up on the
Wait,
clean
would my Wad Prep win this one? Because I quit
I
on
don't
this
know.
one.
Well,
I don't know.
clean ladder, I messed up because I did not update it, and I had Laura Horvath and Danny Spiegel still in the. It's like I took a lot of zeros. On that
I'm
one,
now
that one,
understanding why we had to talk about the Wad Prep League, so I think we're going to wrap it up here, folks, and
didn't
send
know.
us on home. Shout out to John Young for winning the Wad Prep Prize.
Let's go.
I really don't think this is appropriate.
No. Conceded to second place, man.
Just put it in the contract, CJ.
Hey, this is some tomfoolery
I would-
going on here.
I'd have been 7th.
7th place on the overall if you had played.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Man.
what were you?
226 with the.
So I still beat you.
because I didn't.
I was 133rd with like one event I didn't play.
I basically didn't play
Oh,
the
you didn't?
clean
Okay,
ladder
okay,
either.
okay. I got you.
Travis is out.
Travis is done. He's gonna
Unplug us.
He's done. He's leaving. Melanie Hodge got 44th in shot collar. Great job.
Good
Really?
job, Melanie.
Mrs.
You're the
Young-
fittest pizza man on earth?
Zach Davis beat me, so that's a
Oh,
win for him.
44th, not 4th.
Shelly Young, 44th in the Wad Prep League. Runs in the family.
I think Travis is pretty high on it too. On the Wad Prep League, weren't you like 11th?
It was in the mix.
Jamie did good in all the leagues. I saw her name like every time.
I put the same people on each one.
Guys, we can't thank you enough for sticking around. Again, we do the spin every Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, covering the week's hot topics. We also have blind rankings and some other just.
Man, we should have done some blind
So-
rankings.
Dude, we could just barely keep our heads afloat. Maybe next year we'll throw some blind rankings in the middle
More
of this during some
showpieces.
downtime. Other than that, I mean,
And we do Wad Prep on Mondays. Me and Travis do Wad Prep on Monday.
Yeah.
It's even
at
better.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock Central.
1 o'clock Central with CJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
you guys think we did a good job?
I think it was a 10.
Do you?
Kind of cool.
I think the show's a 10.
I give it like an 8. It wasn't too long, and they got a lot of good conversation in there. They kind of went after each other, which was kind of cool.
I think the show's a 10.
Peace.